Sean P. Diddy Combs. Jonathan P. Diddy Combs. Dodged hell of a bullet, didn't he? Ooh-wee. They had that nigga's feet over the fire. But I personally don't believe that he should have been facing any charges. None. Fuck it. I know that there's a lot of women out there who are upset about that verdict, and they've got probably good reason to be. I don't know. But I know he shouldn't have been looking at no charges. 0 charges. That nigga should have been looking at. Along with R. Kelly, Epstein, Weinstein. None of them motherfuckers, right? All them motherfuckers should be able to walk scot-free and live their life how they want to motherfucking live it without any fear of reprisal from the judicial system. Period. Okay? Because they should be allowed to be free so they can get the brakes beat off their ass. Enough can't be said about dispensing justice outside of the framework of the judicial system. I think more than anything else, no matter the philosophy you name, no matter the subversive tactics that may have been used, I think that more than anything else, stripping society of its ability to police itself and placing that responsibility solely under the auspices of the judicial system is the #1 cause of why everything is so fucked up nowadays. What we need is a new version of social justice, real social justice, not the type of social justice that insist on standing in the fucking road when I'm trying to get down to the motherfucking bakery to pick up that cheesecake, right? I'm not talking about that level of social justice, because those people need to be at the working end of social justice in a lot of instances. I'm talking about the social justice that existed back in the 50s, right? Back in the 50s, there was an instance whereby which people would send their little fucking fast-ass, trollop-ass daughters away for like 10 months when them fuckers got pregnant, right? They would send them away for the duration of the pregnancy, from start to finish, right? And the entire time they're gone, they're eating well, they're working out, they're learning better motherfucking behavior in a variety of different ways, and then they would be reinstituted back into the flow of their everyday life. And most people in the town would be none the wiser, right? So she didn't bring shame on the family, she didn't bring shame on herself. And, you know, the town would never have an example for the other little girls about how you can get away with this dumbass shit, right? Bring that shit back. Bring that level of ostracizing, ridicule, and shame back. That's the only way that we right in this ship called society in America. If you have a nephew who wants to bring all that YN bullshit to the next family gathering, ostracize that little nigga. When he shows up with his poo shiesty mask on and he's got his pants down to where his back pockets are behind his fucking knees, tell that little nigga to get the fuck on up out of there. And if his parents protest, get them the fuck on up out of there too. Because we will not have your negative influence undermining what we're trying to do with these children here. That's the level of stomp down, adamant justice that needs to be dispensed if we plan on getting things back to a modicum of normalcy. So this is why, as a society, we need to fucking institute some level of retribution against people who don't want to act right. Okay? Now, when you're rich and famous like Diddy, that whole scale, it changes, right? You don't have a 9 to 5. You know, you don't have to have decorum in a public setting like a supermarket or anything like that, right? You don't have to have any of this shit keeping you in line. You have none of it. You can just do whatever the fuck you want. Mainly out of boredom, these motherfuckers just think to themselves, yeah, let me slide across some niggas with baby oil. Like, that's how that goes, right? So for them, they need extra pressure added to their ass. Extra pressure. To where it's like, even if we hear you out of line, nigga, we coming to see you. That's really the only level of simp I possess. That's a firm belief of mine. That if you put hands on a bitch, you need hands put on you, right? Because you know you can whoop the bitch. You know this. So now you're just the bully. And this is a month where we bully bullies. Alright? It's just a creed I live by yearly. But, you know, you put hands on a bitch, hands need to be put on you. Facts. Facts. That's just, don't lock the nigga up. Don't even get the nigga life. Right? Chances are that a nigga like Diddy, if he goes into the prison, right, even though his crimes are not looked at positively in there, right, that type of shit is frowned upon in there. When you have the level of fame, money, and all the shit that he has, I mean, at the end of the day, prison is still a place of very loose morals. So he can just buy his way to the top, right? Motherfuckers won't touch him. It's how it is, right? So you can't even count on prison justice finding that nigga, right? He's too famous, too much money there, right? You have a whole team of niggas ready to fucking die for his ass in that bitch, right? So don't lock that nigga up, right? Let that nigga walk around. Let that nigga walk around. The justice system, he shouldn't have to be subjected to the justice system because the justice system is soft on niggas like that, as evidenced by the verdict, right? You're only going to get what they want you to get. I want you to get way more than that. Of course, all of this is just levity, jokes, as it were. You know, I kid. None of this is serious. Happy Goldstein July.
Yeah.